Jim Boy's Kitchen. How you feeling? Got me some nice chicken curry, um, regular chicken curry, bunjal in, and of course I put some onions, some garlic, with some oil and some masala and some curry powder. Another day I'll show you how to make this deliciously. Oh man, look at this, beautiful. And alongside, got me some dal right here, and this is yellow peas. You can find this at almost any supermarket, and just put some water to boil, add some onion and some garlic with some turmeric to give that yellow color, and of course to boost it up or kick it up a notch, you could add some curry powder inside, and put some salt and put the yellow peas to boil away. And when the yellow peas come down to a fully soft texture, then there's something called like a dabu, where you could put inside, or a gutney, and stir it up, or mash it up and then it's beautiful dal with a wonderful chicken curry. Oh man, yeah, I'll show you this dish, how I created it from beginning. All right, let that bad boy boil away. Now I want to show you something, how to change a front brake on a Nissan Sentra. I don't know why. I think I kind of love to work on Nissan Sentras brakes. I think it's one of the easiest brake to do. And of course it carries brake pads, so it's very easy and simple. But you have to know. My advice to you: if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Take it to a professional mechanic. However, I must say that yes, I do most part of the mechanical work myself on vehicles. My vehicle, yeah, and major mechanic work. Well, to take it to a mechanic shop and hey, let them check it out. But for now, I will change this left front brake pads on the Nissan Sentra, and of course I have done the right side already. Now I must say, I was running late, and I know it was squeaking the rotor a lot, so that was metal to metal. All right, the brakes was already gone, the pads was already gone, and down to the metal to the rotor. So I was hearing the squeak, and I know I don't want to take chance driving it. So at that point, if I tell you, I hurry it, and it took me about less than 20 minutes to get that right side done. So the same process I'm going to use here, but this time I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this brakes. All right, now the wheel is in the ground, the vehicle is on the ground. I will get me that floor jack, and I'll lift up this bad boy, and then I'll take this tire out. Now another way, when you do it yourself, mechanic shop, they usually have the air hose, but instead I got one of these bad boy manual tool here for the lug nuts. All right, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Just see the right size. That's the right size. So now with that, what I'm gonna do is just loose it down, make sure the handbrake is up and all of that, right? Just a little pressure. And these wheels are not that big, so it's not like a heavy duty vehicle. Yeah, hand power. You heard that? I use manpower there, right? Heard that? Manpower. Now those are loosed. I don't want to take these out completely. If you take these out, you're looking for this tire to fall. So I don't want that to happen where the vehicles will go flat on the ground. So what I'll do, I already lose this off, so it makes it easy for me when I have this tire up from the ground, so it doesn't spin around and cause a friction. All right. So now I'm going to get a floor jack. Now at this point, got the floor jack seated under the chassis of the vehicle. All right, don't want to put it on the front part where the sump is at or the draining pan, or you don't want to put it by the tie rod ends. No, you put it in the chassis like I have it here. Then you go up. Once the wheel is afloat above the ground, then it's time to lose this bad boy. Alright? So simple. Now, showing you step by step. Now it's easier to loose off the wheel, which is right here. It's already loosened, remember? The bolts are all loosened up already, so now I just gotta take this out and spin it out. Remember, it's a manual work that you can do yourself if you know what you're doing. And once again, if you don't know what you're doing, please don't do it. Take it to a professional mechanic. However, there's nothing professional about the mechanic and what I'm doing here. So long as you know what you're doing, whatever I'm doing here, a mechanic will do the same. Alright? A mechanic will do the same in his shop. The only difference, instead of using one of these, they have that air gun that loose this wheel completely out. Loose all the lug nuts, and how, you know the sound of it? It goes zzz, yeah. But instead, here we go. Got the 4 lug nuts out. It takes 4 Nissan Sentra, 4 nice, beautiful lug nuts, yeah. Put these aside and take the bad wire wheel off. There we go. The wheel is out now. It's good to always put the tire down below this for support, below the hub. But you know, it's pretty good with the jack there. So now, next step. We're going to loose off this caliper. This is the caliper here. Alright. Make sure you can see this. Alright, this is the caliper. This is what is called a caliper. This is the rotor. And the brakes pad is sitting right underneath there, which is pretty much worn out. I have changed the right side. And, you know, check the rotor. Well, it's not bad. Still got some flesh on that pad. So to protect the rotor, I'll change this pad right away. I'll get my tool and I'll show you the next step. Alright, as I said before, I already changed the right side pads. This was the situation of the right side pads here. See, the pad is all worn out, and this metal, which is not a good thing, was kind of starting to grind on the rotor. That means it's metal to metal, and it will tend to worn the rotor, eat out the rotor, I would say, and then you're going to end up have to buy a new rotor too. So with that, I get rid of these. This is done, the right side. Oh, garbage. Now, I got the new set of pads. This is the difference, you see? Now, this is what the difference in the brand new pad is. Brake pad. Let's use the word brake pad before the word pad, right? Okay, I'm going to just do this bad boy like this. You know, I really, when I show something on my channel, folks, I want you to know and kind of inherit learning experience from what I am privileged or honored to show. Alright, this is the brake pad here. This is the difference with a new brake pad and a worn out brake pad. You see this? Yeah, look at the difference. That's how much brake, or you call it shoes, is right here. Unlike this one. See? This is what's gone. So we're now putting these on the left side of the driver's side of the Nissan Sentra. This is going to be brand new brake pads. So easy to do. I will show you the tool what I use. So simple. And remember, folks, you must know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, take it to a professional. But the way I'm doing it right now, it's the same as, hey, what a professional would do. Now, or maybe I'd add a little extras to it, right? First, I got some lubricant grease here. This is just grease up, put it on the brake pad, on the cylinder, so it, the brake pad entrance where it can move back and forth, because you need a flexible movements towards the rotor and the brake, the caliper, right? So now, this is the caliper. So now I got me a brake cleaner where I'll kind of break out all the rust and the dust and whatever. Got me a little bad boy brush here, wire brush, and to help the brake cleaner system taken out. All we need now is this wonderful ratchet. All right. So I'm using a 14 millimeter ratchet socket here with a ratchet, and of course need this in case I need to pry that brake pad out or a caliper out. I have the screwdriver, which I did. It was very easy for me on the right side. Screwdriver helped a great lot, and nothing better than this bad boy G-clamp. I love to change brakes with a G-clamp. It gives me a better access to the caliper and to put in the caliper, all right, so I could release that brake pad. That's all about it. So now, before I start working on this, I will turn this wheel this way, all right, to the left, so I could have access easier to loose these wonderful bolts and do the brake job. And first, I like to always open the hood and open the brake cylinder, so any brake, so I have any pressure that's going to be pushing out when I push in this caliper cylinders, all right, to give expansion so that the brake fits properly. It would not affect the valve there, all right, the container there in the hood, or the brake cylinder. It's the reservoir. It's gonna help if there is excess pressure. I'm gonna open that reservoir so that pressure could release, and whatever brake fluid may exit, fine, no big deal. That's why they sell brake fluid to replace, right? So I'm gonna do this process. Now we are in the hood. This is the brake cylinder here, or the brake reservoir, where the fluid is contained and reserved, right? So I just opened this cap, so any pressure to come up when I press in those cylinder, the caliper would not be forced to bust anything here, because this is simply hard plastic, all right? Now, folks, I got the wheel turned to the left, so it'll give me access to these wonderful bolts very easily to work with. All right, and this process here, I tell you what, the right side took me only less than 20 minutes, I want to show you. Now, these are not that tight. They're tight enough to hold in this caliper in place. However, it's not like a big bolt or a big heavy-duty vehicle. All you need is one tap. Show you? And I think this easiest way to avoid wringing out a bolt or a nut is to give it a tap with your hand, so you're cracking any rust that's contained within that bolt. Look at this. That's it. So simple. I always love when I lose bolts or nuts that's been there for a while. I like to always crack it first. See? One crack and it's open. So I'm going to lose this off. Jim Boy's Kitchen with you. And meantime, I'm turning this bolt out. You like my chicken curry? Yeah, I just put that on. I bunjal it nice. I'm going to show you how to do that. On some of my other videos, I think you probably saw how I did it. All right. Always when you're working on something like this, got a jack there. I didn't have no really support. I could have put the spare tire, that tire I took off under there to give me a support, but I'm pretty sure it's working out fine. Always for precaution. See, my foot is here. Want to show you. See, my foot is here, my shoes, whatever. You don't want to put it under the rotor directly, all right, or under the hub, because any mishap, then this is going to fall on your foot, all right. Try to keep your knee away from the fender there too. On the ridge here, I want to show you. Try to keep your knee away from here for, for safety reasons. You're going to work properly in your vehicle. All right, I got this bolt so far. The bolt is out. So now what I will do is try to move this backwards. The caliper should be very easy to come out. Look at this. See that, folks? The caliper is pretty easy to come out. Lots of rust there. Kind of want to spray it down with some brake cleaner. And I'll show you how I'm going to get this cylinder. See this cylinder here? When I put the newer brake pad, they're brand new, so they're thicker, more shoes. So this will not be fitting in exactly into where the brake pad is sitting. The reason why, the cylinder only activate enough towards the amount of pads you got sitting. So it's activate and stayed right there to fit this amount of pad. When I put newer pad, it's wider, so I have to press this in. I'm going to show you how easy it is. And that's where my bad boy, hey, what you call it, comes in. My bad boy little G-clamp. So time to take this brake pad out. What I like to do, I just put a screwdriver there. Look at that. Between the rotor, don't want to damage the rotor, don't want to put too much pressure. Just to move this pad out of the way. Now I'm going to slip this bad boy pad out. Slip out, slip out. I think later on we're going to put some new rotors too. But it's just to get this bad boy out of the way here. Don't want to force it out because you know, I don't want to damage the rotor. Could see a lot of rust. Maybe later on, I'm gonna change that wonderful hey rotor too. All this is rust in the rotor. Later on, and the rotor is so easy to change. All I got to use this, take out this rear arm, and the rotor slips out. So I'm gonna use the pliers and just squeeze this bad boy in if necessary. All right, or maybe not. I could continue with the same process. Nice and easy. Look at that. See? Use the same process. Use this screwdriver, which I think worked very well, and I got the brake pad out. So simple. This is one. Yeah, almost going. See the difference with the new one, as I was showing you? This is the new one here. See the big difference here, look. That's nice pads there for better brakes, right? All right, I'm going to do the same thing with the left. Do the same thing, Jim Boy's Kitchen with you on another mission, showing you how easy it is, not difficult to change brake pads on a, hey, a Nissan Sentra. Don't know why, I just love. Now this one is tough because it's a lot of rust accumulated and kind of a bite or tight to this brake pad out. So what I'm going to do is nice and easy. I will just top this out. Remember, we're changing the brake pad, so no big deal. I just want to put some pressure here, and I'm going to use a hammer with this same bad boy screwdriver and just hit this bad boy out. I don't need this anymore, so no problem if this is being destroyed, all right? All right, so I'm going to use this hammer, screwdriver. And you know, with confident, I know this is going to work. All right, I'm going to tap it out from the metal, doesn't matter. I don't care how this comes out. I just want it out. So very aggressively, you're going to hit. You're not going to destroy nothing. You just want the brake pad to be out. And it's stuck. It's pretty rusted in there. And that's what's going to give you bad braking, because you need brake pads to be able to move very accessible. All right, you need brake pad to be able to move very accessible. Now this one is giving me a hard time. Make me remember the last one over there. So I'm going to hit the bottom out first. Nice and easy. Doesn't matter if it's damaged or not, because that's what we want to do. We want to change it, all right? So I'm going to take this bad boy out. Pretty tough in there, huh? Ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna be tough with Jim Boy's Kitchen. Gotta get this out. No need for this anymore. It's getting to the bottom here. You see, it was all paste or sticky on that cylinder there. Everything is kind of rusted. So what I'm gonna do now is try to clean it. When I show you here, this is where the bad boy brake cleaner comes in to take out all this rust that was holding back that brake pad from coming out. Just a little bit of brake cleaner, both sides of it. See? And then I show you the next step. Could put some wire brush on the bad boy. I'm gonna end up using all these same gadgets. The kit that's on there. You use the word kit, yeah. Use the same kit back, all right? And because the kits are pretty good. So now what I will do, because I don't want the same problem to happen on a new one, all right, where this was so hard to get out. I don't want the same problem to happen. What I will do, I want to show you there's a clip here. This pin goes into this. All right, it goes in like this, so that's what hold the brake pad. So it could, it's a spring, so it moves the brake pad, helps it to move in and out. All right, so now we're gonna put some bad boy grease or lubricant right here, because this is where the brake pad, the new one, is gonna go on. I'm kind of running out of grease, but whatever little bit I have here, I'll make use of it. Don't want to use too much of it, just a little bit of grease or lubricant, yeah. I should have picked me up another batch, but it's okay. Just a little bit, don't want too much. And at the same time, I don't want to put grease on the rotor, because I don't want the rotor to be slippery. You know, grease makes anything slippery. Then we're gonna have less brakes fraction, right? Or friction, you want to say? Put some on top. And it's already cleaned out with a brake cleaner, so with confidence I'm rubbing the grease here, and I know it's going to be good. Now, to even have more confident, this is going to be for the outer part, the outside rotor side, or you want to say. This is going to go like this, so because this is the clip for this, and then we got the next one. So what I'll do, I want to show you, just to have this brakes moving nicely, get a little bit more grease, and just put it on the spring. Because the spring is going to be kind of moving in and out there with this, all right? Put a little bit here and put a little bit on the clip here, on the tip, on the both brake pad. Next step. So easy, folks. When I did the other side, it took less than 20 minutes when I show you step by step here. So now I'm going to put this bad boy in this pin. Can you see the pin? Yeah. Make sure that goes in there first. Or, you know, it depends. It all depends. Some brake pad is very tricky. Okay, I put the bottom in first. The bottom seems pretty good. It's sliding already. So now what I will do is use my hand and just lead the spring part in. Let me put the bottom in. At this point, we have a choice. No big deal. You see which one is easier to get in to seat better at first. Whatever works for you at this point, that's what you do. All right? So I might put the spring in and try the top part after. Yes, let's see. This is all, when you do it yourself, all this is expected. You don't have to worry. Don't kill yourself. You try the top or you try the bottom. Whichever works for you. Remember I told you, just make sure you know what you're doing, because this is brakes. You don't want to damage anything. I'm going to put this, I got the bottom part in, so I'm going to just kind of try to push this in, but I want at the same time for it to be in the clip. I don't want it to move away from that clip there. Gonna give me a little trills. I want to show you step by step what I'm doing. Maybe it needs some more, yeah. Put some grease on this bad boy right there. Some of them you could actually use a file and file along the metal. I don't want to use a file and file anything down. You could file down the edges here, you know, so that the brake pad could move easily in and out. But I don't want to do that, you know. I want to use the same method that I have here. I want to try it again. It should work. It must work. Look at that. I know it's going to be in. Twisting it a little bit. And perfect. Just twisting it. I just got to set it back. I was so excited to show you. I twisted it and it went in. Here we go again. The bottom is in. Then to put a clip and just push. Don't want to push too much. Here we go. That's one side. That's the right side in already, and the clip is in place. Look at it, close to the rotor, brand new. So we got the bottom side. I got the bottom side in already. The outer side brake pad. Time for the bad boy in a pad. All right. So I'm gonna put this the same way. Same way with some bad boy grease right here. I want to use brake lubricant grease, all right? Don't want to use regular grease. Could use regular grease, but you know, I don't know why. So I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to put the bottom in, put a clip in there on that side, and try to slide this bad boy inside. Hopefully this one goes in nicely. Remember, you don't have to rush. You take your time. So long as you get the brakes in, that's the main thing. All right? Okay, gotta get the spring in with the top. Gotta get the top end in also. And that spring must be inside, in place of this, alright? The spring gotta be in place to keep this brake pad moving in and out, flexible. If you don't have the spring in place there, I tell you what, you're not gonna get a good job or a good brake job done. Alright, gotta push this slowly but surely. I don't want my video to finish. I don't want to jump to part 2, so. Alright, so you want us to do a part 2 on this brake job? Got the brakes same way I put the outer one. Set it nice and easy, simple, with a spring back inside. Now, I want to show you the next step. We're going to take the old brake pad. Don't want to use the new brake pad for this process here. The old brake pad, because I want to squeeze this cylinder in. And you know, I love to use G-clamp because it's a much more easier process. The G-clamp work pretty good. So now we're going to do part 2 on this. Or you know, I just want to show you, and then after this, before I go to part 2, this is about what is happening here with the brake job. So I will squeeze this in. If I go to part 2, then we could do so. All right. If just adjust this out, and right there, I want to put it level on that nut in the back. And if you could see what I'm doing here, I just want to draw this in. I want to draw the G-clamp in. Look at this, folks. I want to show you. All I got to do is, as I turn this, tightening this, look at the cylinder here very carefully. Look at the cylinder very carefully as I turn it. As I turn the G-clamp, the cylinder will tend to go in here. Look, so easy and nicely. I love to use G-clamp for this. No big deal, no big pressure. Take your time, sing a song, drink some cool water. Look at this. have fun. And look at this, you see? The cylinder went all the way in. Want to put it level though. You see it going in? Now it went as far as it can go. So what I will do is loose this back off. And now, the reason why I did this is because the new pads are thicker. So now this is open and give more space for the new pads to go in. So now, nice and easy. You don't want to damage the hose. That's the brake hose. And put this bad boy just like so. See? It's big space now to just go over the brake pads. Nice and easy. Without any worries or stress. Yeah. Now, nice and easy. Don't have to worry. I'm just trying to figure something out here with my camera. That's why it hesitated me a little bit. But this is so easy. You want to go over the connections where the boat usually be. All right. Nice and easy. That's one right there. See? And it's above the other one at the bottom. So what I will do is connect the upper one first. Whichever one make the process goes easy, you could connect, right? I figure I'll do the top one first, the top bolt. And so it is, folks. So rather than going through the second part of this process here, I want to show you. All I got to do now is, instead of part two, we're going to finish it off here. That's it. The brakes is done. Then I'm going to straighten back the wheel, start the vehicle, turn the wheel back up, straighten it up, put on my tire, and it's done. So that's how you do the brake job. Easy does it, step by step. I got the second one, the bottom one to do, bolted back, screwed back, and that's it. Brake pad, brake job done, you see, on a Nissan Sentra. Yeah, it's kind of cloudy, so the place is dark. See, line up the next one, make sure you line up here good. The caliper to the housing of that bolt section, and just draw this bad boy in. Jim Boy's Kitchen with you on another mission. Make sure you don't cross-thread it, folks. Keep shaking this nicely until you feel it, that it's catching good, all right? Nice and easy. You don't have to rush it. Trying to beat the rain too, right? All right, we got this in. We're going to start drawing in this bad boy now. All right, and the brake job is done. Got back the wrench. Right here, we use the same wrench, and we tighten. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, folks. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Can't go wrong. All right, I hope you did enjoy this segment of Jim Boy's Kitchen changing the brakes. Let me see if you can see me. Yeah,